Episode 8's teaser has given us a lot to think about and a lot to talk about. Somebody tried to kill Tariq, Jabari's about to make one hell of a mistake, Drew versus Lil Guap, and who's Kane talking to on the phone? Who does he shoot? I'm talking all things from episode 8's trailer and what to expect. So welcome back to MovieBot. Let's talk about Power Book 2 Ghost Episode 8. So I hope you're all doing great, having a great morning, and yesterday's episode was good. I wouldn't say amazing, but it's certainly picking up some momentum with some key storylines, some plots, and again, similar to last week, it really did have a similar feel to the original Power series. Last week we had 2-Bit returning, this week we had Paz Valdez returning, who of course took the stand, and for the rest of the episode, I don't think it disappointed either, although someone needs to kill Jabari ASAP, but I'll be talking about him in this teaser breakdown. So before I do, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button. Now one thing I picked up that some of you may not have, and it's Effie's return again. Now Effie wasn't shown in the episode teaser breakdown that Power released, but let's rewind it back to the mid-season trailer that was released a few weeks ago, and the clue is in what Tariq is wearing. This grey jumper, and it's the same grey jumper that he's wearing when he's talking to Effie. So Effie, I think, is most likely to return in next week's episode. But let's get into this episode 8 teaser and it really break it down scene by scene. And let's talk about the start, with Tariq being on the phone to Tasha, telling her that somebody's tried to kill him, and Tasha tells him, you need to tell me everything that you've been up to. And no doubt we will see that scene that we saw in the mid-season trailer where Tariq was on the floor, where it looked like he was having a fight with someone, and whoever this is has Tariq on the floor wearing a white mask of some sort. And who could want Tariq St. Patrick dead? Well, we saw later on in the teaser that Kane Tejada is on the phone telling whoever's on the other line, saying, when I find you, you're dead. And I don't think it's Kane who's on top of Tariq or having the fight with him, because Kane, Drew, Diana and Monet are all at Zeke's basketball game, and you really have to watch this trailer at slow motion to kind of pick everything. But what could actually be a possibility is Kane could have sent someone to hit Tariq. We saw Kane teaming up with the GTG crew and Lil Guap in episode 7, so maybe Kane sent Lil Guap to do his dirty work, or one of the GTG crew members to hit Tariq. And this is the reason why we could see Drew beating Lil Guap and maybe even helping Tariq. And let's not forget what else we saw in the mid-season trailer, which we still need to see, and that's Lil Guap and that hella gunfire. So that could be the aftermath of this with Lil Guap. But episode 7 was, in my opinion, an episode which tested loyalty and build up and foreshadowed one character who we're gonna see in a different side, and that's Drew. I think we'll see his character become darker, and I hope we see him kill Lil Guap. I really do, because I think Drew is one character who can really surprise many. He just needs something to trigger the devil inside him, something like Ev being killed, being in the wrong place at the wrong time sort of thing. But shit is about to get real for Tariq, because I mentioned in a few of my videos that he had it all pretty much fall his way in the first half of the season, and don't expect the same to happen in the second half. And this is what's playing out now. The tough times have well and truly arrived for Tariq St. Patrick, and now let's see how he handles himself and whether he can handle being alone, running a business, doing his college work. Let's see what he's made of, because he can't be making rookie errors like wearing the bloody shirt back to college like he did in the last episode, that's for sure. And we still don't know whether there'll be consequences as a result of him bringing the bloody shirt back. There's the gun that he hasn't realized that Diana took as well, and he hasn't even figured out that he was drugged the night of the party at Stansfield. To me, he should have really figured out he was drugged, especially after Riley let it slip while they were playing chess, and he should have been able to put the pieces together, unless he's playing a Zol and he knows that he was, and he was just acting stupid. But one thing's for sure, he knows now that she was sent by Cooper Saxe after following her and finding out that she's Saxe's niece, and the chess game is in full swing. And I'm also going to be talking about the chess game in a bit more detail in tomorrow's video, which is all going to be focusing on Tariq versus Kane. Now this scene here, this is Daniel. For those who don't remember or have forgotten, he was the one who was explaining Ghost's will, the split in the season finale of season 6. And just as a quick recap, Ghost actually amended his will shortly after Angela was killed by Tommy. He left money for Paz Valdez, which she used to open the nail salon in Queens. He left Tommy a classic blue 1969 Mustang because he shot the other one up. He left Grandma Estelle some money which could cover her rent out of the trust for a year. He left Yasmin 1/3 of the estate, and since Raina was killed, Tariq inherited 2/3 of everything Ghost had left, and Tasha a big fat nothing. And Ghost didn't just stop there. Ghost was clever. He manipulated people. He was always one step ahead of everyone, and even though he's no longer here on Power Book 2 Ghost, he's still manipulating the situation, because Tariq has to graduate with a 4-year degree with a 3.5 GPA at university before he can touch anything, and until then everything is locked up in a trust. So this scene here with Daniel could be Tariq trying to figure out whether he can access or if he can access his trust earlier. Daniel says should he alert the authorities, and Tariq says it's not that kind of danger, and Tariq's probably struggling for money because there's a scene that we're going to see in the next episode where he goes up to Monet telling her that he needs more work. Davis MacLean is probably asking for more money and shit is getting real for Tariq now. In this scene with Daniel, I know Power manipulate trailers, but this face from Tariq, it looks like a tired face. It looks like he's tired from everything with his schoolwork, his business, his course correct app, doing Zeke's papers. Everything may just get too much for him in the next coming episodes, I think. And sticking on the topic of Tariq, let's just look at Jabari's role in the episode 8's teaser, because his agent says that he can sell this drug dealing family novel, but he's got to know how it ends. Now linking this back to episode 7, Jabari asked Tariq to write an essay on the nature of power, on relationships between him and a love interest. So I believe Tariq has written his own story, or somewhat a similar tale to that of his father Ghost, and this is why Jabari's next novel is going to be a hit. And what did we say? Jabari's next novel will probably be a hit, and he won't be done copying just a few sentences from Tariq. He's going to be after more, which is why we see him telling Tariq that he's hiding something. But this I don't think is about the course correct app. This I actually think is Jabari trying to extract more information from Tariq about his story so Jabari can tell it in his novel. But Jabari does find the course correct app. We see that in the mid-season trailer, and I wonder whether he'll figure out whether he'll realize it's Tariq who's behind the app, because if he does, then it actually spells danger for him. And you guys know my dislike for Jabari already. I hope he's one character that does die in the last few episodes. How? I don't really care. Jabari needs to go. But let's come back and talk about Kane, because we see him with what looks to be like him being shunned out by the Tejada family, but this time it looks like he's being kicked out with Diana closing the door on him, and I don't believe Kane's rebellion is over. I think there's more fuel to add to the fire, and with Kane Tejada and his situation with his family, this one could go in so many different ways, with the choice of words again from Monet in episode 7 to Lorenzo saying Kane is mine. And it really makes me think that Kane isn't Lorenzo's, even though Courtney Kemp has said he is. You can still be someone's father without being their biological father. And who could he be shooting here? I don't think it's Tariq, even though he said that someone's trying to kill him. I think those are two separate scenes, although I do think we will see Tariq versus Kane soon and them coming to blows, because Kane is off his leash, he's out of control, and he's got a bone to pick with Tariq. So my video tomorrow is going to be all on Tariq versus Kane and what we could see from those two characters in the final couple of episodes for Power Book 2 Ghost's first season. But with that being said, let me know what you guys thought about the teaser for episode 8. What do you think is going down with Tariq? Who do you think Kane is shooting? And any other general predictions, drop them down below in the comment section. But I'm looking forward to next week. Power Book 2 Ghost is gaining momentum, and it's going to be a great ending to the first season. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.